Hello everybody, Clap5 here bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary. This time a matchup between TSLsecond, the red Zerg in the bottom left-hand corner, and pNinetyEX, the blue Protoss in the top right. The reason I picked this game is kind of silly. I saw the name pNinetyEX on drop.sc and I was like, hey, that's kind of a clever name, so I decided to download and commentate it. Also, the other kind of challenging thing for me is that I oftentimes end up seeing a lot of names on there that I don't even know how to pronounce. And they're also names of players that I feel like I should know. Just because, hey, if I'm commentating a lot of Grandmasters games, I should know who these people are, but there are a lot of Grandmasters out there, and it's hard to keep track of all of them. Of course, not all of them play. Actually, very few of them play in tournaments, so, yeah, I don't really know all of them. So anyway, pNinetyEX, if you haven't heard of it, is one of the more popular home workout systems out there. And I did decide to give that a try myself. Quick plug, I suppose, for my little fitness blog thing that I do, fit-nerd. That's blogspot.com/fit-nerd. Check it out. It's by nerds for nerds. Well, it's by a nerd for nerds. That's me, the nerd, fit nerd. You get it. You're smart people. Looks like we're seeing a Forge Fast Expand for pNinetyEX versus, well, not spawning pool for second pylon there to block. It's going to be there for a while, preventing second from putting down that hatchery of his, that second hatchery like that. That was really, really lame and awkward. So you're just going to have to forget that I even said that. Another little pitch I'd like to make. Fusion and I went to a barcraft here in the great state of Minnesota. That was overemphasized for drama. I don't actually sound like that. But I encourage you all to get involved in your local barcrafts. If that is available to you, be sure to check around. You can find it on Reddit usually. Or Team Liquid also has a thread for barcrafts. I found this MN barcraft group on Team Liquid. pNinetyEX deciding to go for the Nexus before that first cannon, which is, well, fairly safe. Well, actually fairly not safe, because he knows that his opponent was going for spawning pool first, actually, due to the fact that he blocked out the hatchery. Zerglings coming inbound, they're not going to get very far. I mean, I guess safe in terms of this build is relative. Because Forge Fast Expand, very viable nowadays, as you know. Ooh, it looks like second is going for a quick third as well, so let's see if pNinetyEX will be able to use that to his advantage, go a little bit more aggressive, and catch second before he's able to get himself fully defended. And I feel as though on this map, which is Cloud Kingdom, I think, very difficult to defend this third base here, because you can reach it from basically 3 avenues. So there's this sort of main avenue, which is used mostly for defense coming from your second base. Then there's this very direct front route here, and then there's also this side route from around the side here. Well, side route obviously, that can be used to attack in. So a lot of ground to try to protect, especially, and it's not necessarily the closest place to defend either. So I would say that that third is quite vulnerable, and it looks like, well, of course we're seeing Chrono Boost on that Warp Gate tech, and also getting a fairly quick first level 1 weapons, which is definitely a good strategy. It reduces the number of hits that Zerglings take by Zealots down to 2 before they die. However, no Zealots out on the map yet. Oh yeah, I wish you could click this and find a Zealot. Oh, there it is. Oh, whatever. And he does, well, that scout is actually quite huge. And even though he's going to lose that Zealot, he knows that second is going for that third base, surprisingly bringing out the Stalker. He needs to be careful because he could get picked off here if he, well, no, a lot of those Zerglings are fairly well damaged. And, well, there is some micro going on here, but he's only attacking the healthiest Zerglings, and wow, just barely surviving with that Stalker. And wow, that was executed actually kind of poorly. Even though you're doing your Stalker micro back and forth there, just sort of the next step in walking then firing, walking then firing, walking then firing, is walking then target firing the weakest Zergling, or target firing basically the weakest anything you can get your hands on. So it looks like that Stalker is going to go down now. A few more Zealots being warped in. They should be able to take care of this little clump of Zerglings racing back to try to defend. Oh, under the cover of that Spine Crawler, these Zealots will not be able to get very far. I wonder if pNinetyEX is going to try to actually make something out of this attack. It doesn't really look, well, he does have 4 gates and a Twilight Council, but not much else going on yet. He should be able to support more gateways at this point now that he's up on 2, though he does seem to be putting a lot more emphasis on those upgrades. And now there are roaches here at the 3rd. They're going to be able to fend off these Zealots, and, well, coincidentally enough, I'm talking about how difficult it is to defend that 3rd base. Here the 2nd hatchery is completely wide open in the natural, and all these Zealots are going to get chased off. A few of them might get picked off. Depends on if pNinetyEX can warp anything in to try to save these Zealots, and it looks like they might be able to get away. A little bit of jitter there, and, well, looks like this Zealot is going to get down, taken down. So pNinetyEX little proxy attack is not going to get too far. Let's take a look at income. Of course we're seeing that 2nd is ahead since he does have that 3rd. And pNinetyEX, he's going to be, well, in a bit of trouble here because it looks like he's behind on Army and he's behind on income. So he didn't expand when he saw that 2nd was going for a 3rd. He did try to make something out of an attack, but nothing really happened there. And now he's just not in a good position. I'm getting a little bit of lag. So it might be time for me to quit Firefox again. I gotta figure this out, because Firefox is just screwing me over, I think. It's either Firefox or Chrome. I thought Chrome was a little bit better than that, but I could be wrong. What do you guys use for browser? I know Fraps also takes up a lot of computing power too, so especially when I'm recording at whatever resolution I'm at these days. Single Zergling here, I like that just so he knows when pNinetyEX is planning on, well, granted, if the Overlord doesn't catch it first. Oh, and distracting pNinetyEX with the Overlord and Zergling, and now these roaches are moving in. Nice moving back just to, well, try to catch a few roaches out in the open, but not executing too well. These roaches are free to turn around, oh, but are going to be caught by a bunch of stalkers. Nice blink taking back the weakened ones, and wow, he made the best of what was looking like it could have been a bad situation there. Still really needs to get onto a 3rd base. Going to maybe lose these Zealots if they don't turn around. There they go. Yeah, really needs to get onto a 3rd base. In the meantime, 2nd needs to, I don't know, do something. I don't know why he's not building more troops. He has a bunch in the bank. Is he researching anything? Yeah, I guess he's going for level 2 missiles. Missile attacks. That, of course, helps the roaches. Yeah. So finally going up on that 3rd, and yeah. It does look like, I mean, pNinetyEX has a nice number of sentries in his army, and that's really what's going to make the difference here. Is if he gets some really nice force fields up against these roaches, basically any number of roaches out there, well, not any number, any reasonable number can be taken down with a decent-sized force of sentries and stalkers. That is, of course, unless they have burrow, well, burrow and those tunneling claws, which they don't. And wow, this is just a big, large army at this point. So it's going to come down to some great force fields, actually. And ooh, did have a great position before, and now, oh no, those roaches are way too close. They're streaming around the sides, and it doesn't look like Second is going to be able to really. No, all the sentries are gone, and these stalkers are getting spat to pieces, and things do not look too good right now for pNinetyEX. More roaches streaming in here, and wow, that is just way too many roaches. Lings to follow up too, and against an all-stalker army, that's painful. Oh man, and they don't even, these roaches don't even care that they're getting funneled through a thin, tiny little space. They're just going to press up in and take down these stalkers and pNinetyEX, Psy, Gosu, and GG's. So great game there. Very, well, I shouldn't call it a great game. It was a very standard game, I should call it. And pNinetyEX didn't make hay while he had an opportunity to make hay. That was... Has anyone ever used a farming analogy for StarCraft? Probably not. I'm embarrassed about that. So before I put my foot in my mouth anymore, I'm going to cut it right there. Thanks for watching.